Hi, what's up, stoners? Welcome to the local band Smokeout.
I'm Dakota from Atria.
Josh from My Devices.
And you're watching Local Band Smokeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jawfane in the building!
Yeah.
Let's go! Fellas, how are we doing today? I appreciate you joining. If you could do me a favor, kindly introduce yourselves. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are at the moment, and plug and promote anything you'd like.
Jesse.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jawfane. I record stuff. I'm Chase.
I'm Chase. I play bass, and sometimes they let me scream into a microphone.
I'm Corey. I play guitar, and we're currently sitting in my home studio where we record all the Jawfane tracks.
Which is where?
Red Wolf Studios, plug and promote. I forget, guys. I'm that guy.
I'm Paul. I'm vocals. I write all the lyrics and do a little bit of the art.
And I'm Zach. I'm the drummer. I do screaming vocals and like harmony stuff on stage. We all came together. I'm the center point of this masterpiece that we have together as Jawfane.
Woo! We currently are in Lebanon, Tennessee, about 30 miles east of Nashville, Tennessee. We like Nashville. We call it home. Come see us. Lots of shows. We'll go over that a little bit later. But yeah, lots of shows coming up.
How long have you guys been a band for?
About 2.5 years.
Yeah, a little over 2 years.
And did you guys find each other from miscellaneous other projects like you've seen live?
Can I do it? I do it. All right, so 5+ years ago, I go to get a job at the Apple place up here to like label things, and they decide that okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what was happening. That I was overqualified, so like they kind of like kicked me out and told me to go to this other place the next day. And I walk outside, it's like this break space, and Zach Sennett walks out. I didn't know who he was from anyone else on earth, and we recognize each other from like just our local scene. And he hands me a CD of his solo stuff, and he says he's kind of sort of looking for musicians to play with. I don't ever listen to the EP. I actually still have it sealed in my desk. It proves a point later. But like me and Zach stayed in touch. And about a year later, he's kind of like, I just want to write one song, and let's write one song. So we did, and it did well enough where we ended up with Chase as part of the project. That's a short friend of Zach's. We met Jesse along the way. That band implodes.
Yeah.
Then the three of us kind of like find Paul through Zach.
Yeah.
And then about 4 or 5 months into it, like Jesse don't get on stage with us, but he's just like we are, and he's just as important as we are.
He's the fifth Beatle.
So our dude just hangs out with us. Yeah, that's the short version.
Yeah, and then like Zach and I were in a previous project together, and all of us were kind of looking to do music, I guess, but kind of wondering if we were going to do music ever again. And we literally just smack dab ran into each other at the store in the middle of an ice storm, and like everyone was panicking.
We were both scratching and surviving.
Yeah, and he was just like, "Let's do some music," and I was like, "Let's do some music," and like we just knew
We're here now.
From the moment we all started doing music together, it's kind of seemed more and more like a family every day ever since.
February 28th, 2021 was the beginning of everything. Yeah, bring out. So
we got a legit anniversary.
My lovely girlfriend, she likes to do like artsy fartsy stuff, and she made us this like little job.
That is cool.
Booklet, and it has like a bunch of pictures and everything of like a bunch of stuff that we did in the beginning
of the early days.
We're due for another one, and I'm not sure if she's in the stream watching right now or not, but I love you, honey.
That is awesome. What is a Jawfane?
Also,
yeah. So I like watching YouTube, obviously, but I'm a huge fan of like learning channels and stuff like that. I'm always trying to like expand my knowledge, and I came across this video that was talking about medieval diseases that, like, you know, they're common diseases that just used to have different names. And one of them was Jawfane, spelled Jawfain. And that was the medieval term for tetanus or lockjaw. And I was like, that's kind of dope. But like, I didn't want to like spell it exactly the same name if I was going to use it for like a song or a band or something like that. And there's this archaic kind of word Fane, which is like, you know, a temple or shrine. People don't really use it anymore. So I just combined the two and pitched it to the band, and we decided it was a win because it's the only Jawfane out there. Like if you type in or
that
Google
is a
our
win.
name,
That is a win.
it's the only thing that pops
What
up.
was? Do you have like one or two band names that you almost picked that were ruled out? Do you recall?
Yeah, I remember them. One was Survivor's Guilt.
Yeah.
Because that was my choice. I was shot down for Jawfane. It was all good things, but I just understand that I remember my choice.
Oh.
Come on, Weave.
I can't remember.
And then I think
The Jackie Chan experience.
No,
Or something?
Wait. The Jackie Chan experience?
I know at the beginning we had stuck with their previous band name, which was Crowd Pleaser, and we were going to be Crowd Pleaser 2.0 with, he used to do vocals on that band, so he was just going to go back to drums, and I was going to be the vocals and, you know, kind of just try this new Crowd Pleaser, but I don't think it ever felt right to me. Like it just didn't feel like what their band used to be. It felt new. It felt like something, like a fresh experience for all of us. So, you know, the new band name felt right.
Yeah.
Does anyone ever get on you guys about your logo on Spotify? Because it looks like it's going to be like some black metal, but it's really nowhere near black metal.
So like I kind of got that logo off of Fiverr. I pitched that design for the specification of kind of being like rage bait for the core kids, because we all are core kids at heart, and we came from like the heavy scene.
Yeah.
And we have those hardcore elements, especially in some of our newer stuff, but we like to kind of reel people in with the image sometimes, you know, because that's really important. You know, some people would come and buy a shirt with that on it and maybe not even mess with our band, you know.
I don't know. For me, I didn't hear that part. I knew we did it through Fiverr. I knew that Paul had a really stellar idea, and I knew I really liked it when I saw it, even if it didn't fit the like maybe the genre title we would get from Spotify. But a lot of our friends in the local scene are deathcore, black metal, like those, and we play a lot of those shows. So for like me, it was just kind of cool to fit in.
Yeah,
that's
like,
cool.
That was the other side of it.
Yeah, like that we really enjoy, like we just did 2 dates with Southpaw last week. Like if you listen to us and listen to Southpaw, I'm not sure that you put that show together.
They're actually, if you go down a little bit, it's actually our artist pick right now.
Yeah, big up Southpaw.
Yeah. That's a killer song for you to check out whenever you get the time, man, because those are actually, so a little bit more in depth from my end. So I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida. Southpaw is from Jacksonville, and it's very first.
I'm from Florida also, by the way.
Nice.
West Palm Beach.
Hey.
Not too far.
Not too far. It's like a 2-hour drive, something like that. 2 or 3.
Oh,
wait, no,
yeah, a little bit longer,
West-
but like 3 or 4.
Yeah. So the very first band I was ever in, it was me and this dude named Tony Davis, and we used to hang out with a bunch of kids. The vocalist of Southpaw, his name is Darren, and we all used to hang out with each other back in the day. Like, so seeing Darren for as long as it's been since I've left Jacksonville, it was crazy to just see somebody from my original scene, and we're also playing a show with them. So it was just a blast from the past, and like, you know, that whole circle, you know, it's really cool. But their song, Truth Be Told, is like our favorite.
Yeah,
now.
it's such a bop, and it's so catchy. Like, and if you're into hardcore at all, like, it's probably it's gonna earworm the hell out of you.
That sounds awesome. Hey, so when I was jamming your guys' catalog today, and I'm used to a couple of them, but Amber Tokens like really stood out to me as one that was like a little bit different. Is there a Kurt Travis influence in that song?
We did it!
Finally,
I got it.
I am a huge Kurt Travis stan. To me, he is the best Dance Gavin Dance vocalist. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree.
He has nothing negative on his like record. You know, he hasn't done anything shysty to anybody. Like, he's a good dude, and he's a great vocalist. He's super underrated. And yeah, I think early on when we were writing, I was heavily inspired by Kurt Travis. Still kind of am to an extent, but like
super nice dude. Super nice dude.
And some of the sample tracks that they gave me when we were looking for, like, 'cause the guitar part was the part that I was like, that's much different than a lot of the things that we do, I think. And what was it, that Imarosa track, Zach, that you sent me? You said like this, but not this.
Oh,
Yeah.
what, Peach Club?
Yeah, Peach Club.
Yeah, that's a great
and
album.
that kind of stuff is what we were trying to do something that was like catchy but not sugary, guys.
yeah, dancey, like something you could dance to.
So
Yeah.
So a fun story about Ambertown.
I knew it.
So these guys have been in the studio for like 3 or 4 hours, and they had gotten through like the first like minute and a half of the song. I walk in after work, all of my gear in hands. I sit down, I pop open a beer, and then all of a sudden they're all looking at me, kind of like how they are now. And then Paul looks at me, and he put hand on shoulders. If you don't play the most funkiest shit on this track, I will hurt you.
I don't remember saying that, but that seems legit.
There's a witness. I
And then
It happened.
45 minutes.
I'm not a violent guy.
And then 45 minutes and a lot of cuss words later, I finally did it.
And it's cool you bring that up because we were like guys, like we've got about 13 tracks or 12 tracks, I'm sorry, that we're willing to play live. And I keep looking over here because I got a cheat sheet. But Amber Tokens was one we almost we actually had conversations about getting rid of, and then like as far as like playing live on a regular basis. And then I think it was when we played, guys, where was that at in April, May maybe?
We played at Exit M.
Yeah, we played it somewhere, and for the first time in a long time, it felt very good. And finally, like kids had finally started responding to like this idea that, I don't know, maybe it wasn't like in your face as some of the other stuff is.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get that vibe. I do want to talk about Shapeshifter before we get into the trivia portion. Who came up with the concept for the video, and is it clearly about werewolves and that kind of theme? And are you guys big horror film fans?
To answer that second question immediately, yes.
Yes.
Okay, there's that. The initial idea for the Shapeshifter video when I was tasked with directing it is I immediately had the thought of, what if the film at the beginning of the Thriller music video was played out straight? Like if it was just a werewolf horror movie. And I wanted to follow through on that. As far as the subtext about it being about werewolves, I want to know what you think it is. People ask me that all the time. I want to hear.
I mean, I think I got the werewolf vibe, and then I love the fact that it has like some acting and stuff going on. Like there's a decent amount of footage before the song kicks in. I like when people take a video like above and beyond like that. Some people skip all that stuff, but I like to watch all that stuff and just kind of see how it
You're a real one.
Oh, so a fun fact about the music video. So the opening scary bit, or I guess the where the song before it kicks in, that creepy sound that happens in between before it kicks in is a one-take guitar thing that I did with like 3 of my pedals, and then the other ambient stuff is what Corey laid down. And that was all one
it's
take.
actually when we listen to it, you'll hear it's a reverse kind of sorta of the ending.
Yeah.
Like if you took the part where it's real pretty at the end, the sing-along part, if you will,
a little
and reversed
flip-flop.
it. Yeah, it's all the beginning. Yeah. I wanted to come full circle, man. I'm a symbolist.
I
can dig
came into the studio and I said, I need a little bit of overture. Let's see what kind of scary stuff we can make that syncs up with the video.
Hell yeah! Did you guys bring hot sauce today?
I was supposed to.
Yeah, real talk. I'll see if I
We got
some
off work at 5 and we had to be here at like 6:30.
No worries. It can be like Taco Bell condiments you have lying around. Any of that stuff applies. Sriracha,
We have
Tabasco.
our best man on it.
Okay, cool. Best man is on it. While he's looking to do the trivia, I need you guys to come to an agreement, and I'll give you a minute or two to talk it over while we play Shapeshifter. But what movie or TV show, if you could pick one or the other, have you seen the most? Where if I ask you trivia on this movie or TV show, you will not get stumped. What's the verdict? That'll work.
What movie or TV show have we
So
seen the most?
Think about it for a second, and we're going to jam some Shapeshifter. Whether you get the trivia right or wrong, I'll do hot sauce also. I love those synths right there too. Did you guys think of a trivia topic?
Yeah, I think we all agree that we're nerds enough to.
You want to say it on 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Anything in the Dragon Ball Z universe works? Like I could pick a Dragon Ball Z movie or anything like that?
Yeah, anything.
I think we got it.
Yeah, anything. Pick it from Dragon Ball Z.
Cool. Give me a second to look it up. What have you guys ever thought about having like a major feature on a song, and if so, who?
Ooh, can I go first?
Yeah.
Taylor Barber, Love to Suffer, for a breakdown part that we do in his style.
Is that something that's coming as far as new music?
Something that should be coming. Like I just thought of that. So like I'll make a phone call in the morning if you're cool with it.
I know a buddy. I have a buddy that's done a song with Taylor, and at the time it was 500, but that was before Feral dropped. So I don't know if that's still the going rate, but not too outrageous.
No, not at all. No.
What were you saying, Paul?
I would love to have Anthony Green on a track, but that'll never happen.
Never say never.
Amazing. That would be amazing.
Or Kurt Travis. That's probably easier to
Finagle.
Yeah. Kurt would do it. We'll get Kurt Travis on the track.
I've got the trivia ready, and I'm gonna do my best to stump you guys. You got to pick it. Dragon Ball Z trivia. In the movie Broly Second Coming, Gohan is saved from lava, reaching him by someone who seems to be Piccolo. But who is it actually? Lava is reaching Gohan, and someone seems to be Piccolo, but it is not Piccolo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. I think we're ready.
Who is it?
Krillin.
That is correct. Damn it! Well done. I'll try and find one more. I'm gonna do some mule sauce. You do not have to do the hot sauce unless you feel like joining. Fellas, do you have any jokes? It landed on tell a joke. Do you have any jokes?
That we could say.
If you have
They can be crude. They can be crude. It's all good.
If you have 10 tomatoes in your left hand and 8 oranges in your right hand, what do you have?
20 fruits.
Big ass hands.
Big ass hands. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. It counts.
Can I get the dad joke out of the way?
Absolutely.
Here we go. You guys ready for this?
Let's
It's a little bit of setup. Here we go. So these 3 guys on vacation. They're in the middle of the desert. One guy has a jug of water just in case they get thirsty. The second guy has a bag of hamburgers just in case they get hungry. The third guy has a car door. First guy asks the third guy, "Hey man, we got food and water. What the hell are you bringing the car door out here for?" He said, "Well, just in case we get caught, I can roll the window down."
I don't know. I've heard better jokes. I've heard better jokes, I'll say. But it's not bad, not bad. If all of a sudden a label came along and it was everything you guys wanted as far as contract masters go, blah, 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 everything looks good. It's worth signing this deal. And it comes with $1 million per bandmate bonus. Aside from more gear, helping out your family, or buying a house, is there a fun toy or item that now you can afford that you're first going to buy? What's the first thing you're going to buy with all your new money?
Wireless mic.
It can't be gear. It can't be gear.
Oh, can't be gear. Can't be gear.
A blacked out Honda CRX from like roughly when Chase was born.
Like a 92? Like a 92 CRX?
Absolutely. You know what year you were born?
Tattoos. I've got a list.
Dox yourself.
I'm here.
List of tattoos.
That's a good
Yeah, there
answer.
you go. I don't have any tattoos, so that wouldn't be for me. That's just not my bag.
I'm with you on the tattoo game. I'm trying to look hotter than Daddy Henson right
Same.
now.
I'm trying to get covered.
No tattoos ever, Corey?
No, never. So like when I'm 36, when I turned like 32-ish, I kind of opted out of this scenario. But most of my immediate family either have some form of multiple sclerosis, MS, or like some severe form of it, like my mother. And there's certain kinds of ink and tattoos that don't allow for a clean MRI.
Yeah.
So I just didn't do it so that I could take my MRI without issue for a long, long time. I love tattoos, bro. Like, you have no idea how many seasons of Ink Masters sit on these shelves in here. I know it's not the cool tattoo, but that's what I got when I'm sitting home in my house.
Interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, so I just kind of opted out. I'm probably end up with a few before I get old and die, but like in the moment, like we need other things. I need a van. Anybody want to donate to the van? There's a Cash App link on the Spotify. Helping.
I would probably put money into like a food truck or something like that.
Yeah.
What kind of food? What kind of food?
Honestly, I'm leaning toward more like burgers and stuff like that. But I have a bunch of rough concepts that I'm trying to work out in my head and trying to figure out which style of food is more apt to go after, more than the others.
Hey, watch this, guys. If Zach had to open a taco, or not, let's me open a food truck, what would making him make? Or making him make tacos? Make tacos.
Yeah,
dude,
I make some mean-ass tacos.
Good.
He's
so
probably
good.
the best chef in the band, so there's no doubt that
I was
absolutely.
on the culinary arts team in the Army whenever I served. So
Yeah, when we went on the trip.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. When we went on the trip, couple of years after. Yeah. Zach did all the cooking on the trip.
Yeah, we did like a family trip. We had all of our wives and everything together, all the kids.
That turkey spaghetti you made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
For my thing, you guys know the answer. I'm totally going to Japan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Japan.
Got to travel the world a little bit. You got a lot of money. Why not? Let's try one more Dragon Ball Z trivia because I enjoy the stumps. In the movie Cooler's Revenge,
I got this. Good.
who would not go camping?
Oh. We're about to drink hot sauce.
No.
Who would not go camping in Cooler's Revenge? Three, two, just guess somebody. One.
Chi-Chi.
Mother. It is Chi-Chi. You guys have definitely seen Dragon Ball Z more than once. Well done. Oh, I think it's going to go double down, which means we have to spin it again, and whatever it lands on, we have to do 2 of that. So it could get dangerous. These are usually tortures for myself because I was not able to stump you. It landed on auto yay for the day. That doesn't make sense in this scenario. So what I'm going to do is when you guys have your next single ready, hit me up, and I'm just going to do a reaction. We're not going to charge anything, nothing like that. I'm just going to hook you up, and we'll knock it out. And if we could sync it right, we could do it like an hour or 2 after the song comes out. So just bam, bam, something like that. If that's okay with you.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure. What can we expect the rest of the year? I know you said you have something in the works, got a little bit heavier. Do we have a timetable for some new singles, or what are you allowed to tell me?
I can tell you that there's an EP coming. We're really going to put together like a collection of Jawfane songs for the first time. I'm really proud of. We're doing it all in-house aside from mastering. So like this is our big hoorah, if you will, with our DIY quality. The only thing we do is, for the record, everything's done by us one way or the other, from start to finish, all the way to mix. And then Mike Killigan of Rogue Planet Mastering masters everything you've heard, except for the apparition. A little different there. But as far as what you're going to hear is you'll see a lot of live shows because we're trying to get out in the world and see some folks. It slows things down a touch in the studio world, but I promise that we will be done with the chores we have to do by the end of the year. Yep. All right. Top 2024, we're going to rock and roll again. Until then, expect to see a lot of live footage. Expect us to see at your doorstep a whole bunch. We all got a message at about 5 o'clock for the first show opportunity. It's as far away from home as we've ever been. Yep. So that's the goal now, is to take what we have to the street as literally as that is and just let as many people hear it. And then, as we've been doing it, every weekend we have work. I'm either at a show 4 times in a week, or I'm in the studio all weekend with the boys. So trust me when I say that the support you're giving is not going to waste. We are all very tired at this camp in the best way possible.
Yeah.
So hustling doesn't stop.
No, sir.
Never.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
To also announce that we do have plans past the EP already. And if those things happen faster because we're going to graduate beyond our DIY production, we're going to hand that off to people. We've got to know some cool people along the way. So we're going to hand off production for the first time. And if those things happen to go faster, because, DIY is a 1 speed, it's all the time. Once it's out of my hands, I'm not sure how other people get them faster, but that's cool.
Although, can I?
Yeah, go.
So, thing to add about this ever so called EP, if you want to get yourself familiar with something, go check out the live videos.
Yeah. Well, we post on YouTube. There's a lot of Easter eggs and songs that we're playing in rotation right now that are definitely going to be on that EP.
Anybody watching, I would challenge you to go comment on one of the live videos and tell us how we can make it better while there's still time to do so.
Yeah.
Real talk. You think if you got something that I'm not listening for, I'd love to hear it. Like we've gotten a lot of things we've been offered because of listening to people who aren't us, because if we knew best, we would not need any help, and that sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud. Please, if you really listen to one of our tracks and you think like, hey, I wish you would have, then like start typing, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I hear a little something that would be cool in a part, but for another part, you mean?
Yeah, like even like, hey, the vocal's too loud, or like the kick drum sucks, because we are all DIY, and a lot of bands have to operate that way, but they don't get that kind of criticism. Their friends think they're awesome, so they think they're awesome, but really, like, it could be better if someone would just say it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy those people immensely.
We appreciate honesty, because it's only going to help us get better at our craft. And, none of us have, like, egos or anything like that. We're just 4 weird dudes from Lebanon.
Can't count.
5.
I love Zach.
You forget me one more time, Zach, and you're proud.
Slips right through the floor.
That's funny.
We're just 5 weird dudes from Lebanon, and we just want to play, everywhere. We want to tour, and we want to experience the world, and live out the dream that everybody else wants to do that's doing what we're doing, and
We want to share our music with you.
Yeah, I think that we've got something that's worth sharing, and we're really hard-working guys.
We're dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, there's no quit here. Like,
our lives are.
We'll drop before we stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
I only have time for one more final question, but it's kind of a serious one. Could you guys give me some band advice? Let's say a homie just started a band around the corner from you in Lebanon, and you guys maybe are in a different band. You made a mistake. You don't want this band to make that mistake, or just an experience that you could share in a form of advice.
All right. For my bass players, please listen to me. Get yourself an actual amp head with the DI on it, and regardless, always carry a cab with you, even if you're in a situation where you can't DI. So at least that way you still have a speaker to fall on. Yeah. But please, you're doing yourself a favor. You're doing the sound guy a favor. DI, get an amp head that has DI on it.
Don't get too much merch.
Yep. That was a mistake we actually made.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and like
Thanks, Jeff and Nick.
we're definitely proud of the merch we have, and we get a lot of compliments on it. But it's taken a lot longer than we anticipated to get through it, because we decided to go for quantity and quality, and we learned our lesson.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll move sooner or later. Don't worry.
The only one I would give is like, don't, especially at first, like it does matter that you get paid and that you make a certain amount of money after a point. But for the first year that we did this, it was working understanding you're not going to make not a squat. The band's probably not going to make squat. But do the songs, write the music, do this because you actually love it. Because if you do it for any other reason, then it's going to show very quickly amongst us.
Yeah.
Like, do this, be wholehearted about it, be true to like what you want to create, and then once you figured out what the hell that is, build around something that like that works for you in demographics. Like a great example would be like Rainbow Kid and Surprise. Like I think that's one of the greatest bands ever, but I never would have found them through traditional means. So like, be willing to be the band that isn't what everybody else is.
Yeah.
Like and whatever that means to you, like whether that's like, well, I wear a different color shirt all the way down to like I play in a different tuning, or like all these other things, they just don't matter. Be real to you, figure that out, and once you get on stage with it a few times, the business part will come to you because not a lot of people can actually do that first step.
Yep.
Well, it totally makes sense. It's some great advice. I especially like the bass advice too, because I've been in that scenario where I've been at a show and a homie didn't have the DI thing and the sound guy was kind of mad about it. So I've seen that occur before. Fellas, this is a lot of fun, man. I appreciate you guys joining, hanging out, talking about the tunes, talking about Shapeshifter, letting us in on some reveals to come down the road regarding the EP. I wish you guys nothing but success, man. Stay safe on the road when you do travel. And hopefully we can touch base again in like 5 or 6 months and get an update from you guys, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jawfane! I'm going to throw this on YouTube in the morning. I'll tag you in a bunch of stuff. You guys have an awesome day. Thank you, for real.
Hi, what's up, sir? Welcome to the local band Smokeout.